Welcome to the visualization talk at the Geodict Online User Meeting 2020. Some short words about myself. My name is Sebastian Rief. I studied mathematics here at the University of Kaiserslautern. After my diploma, I worked as a scientific assistant at the Institute for Measurement and Sensor Technology. Now, since 3 years, I am at Math2Market and work as an application engineer. I do project work, trainings, write for the user guide and do a lot of support work. So if you have support requests, it is quite likely that you come in contact with me. Why is visualization so important? You might think that it is about nice pictures, but that is not the point. Visualization is about communicating efficiently. It is about understanding your results intuitively. It is about explaining complex relationships without the need for many words. Why is visualization important in Geodict? Well, with Geodict you create a lot of results that you want to understand. Geodict offers great visualization capabilities out of the box. With powerful presets, you're able to create amazing images and animations with only some clicks and without a steep learning curve. Additionally, you can combine Geodict's visualization capabilities with automation scripts and adapt them to your needs. This talk is split into 3 steps. First, I will show the new developments in the user interface in Geodict 2021. Next, I will present how Geodict enables you to communicate your results efficiently by using the powerful presets for image and video creation. Finally, I will show you what is possible with our advanced 3D video editor and GeoPython scripting. Geodict 2021 has a completely redesigned icon set. The color scheme is cleaner and the design language is clearer. The new look allows you to focus more on your work instead of Geodict's user interface. And last but not least, Geodict 2021 also has a new logo. Geodict 2021 has a new 2D view. It is completely rebuilt and offers now state-of-the-art features like fluid zooming. Additionally, the full size of the viewport is used automatically. The controls are now more intuitive. Use the control key and the mouse wheel for zooming, and zoom in where your mouse is pointing. Everything works now as you're used from other software. Another great improvement are the distribution previews in Geodict's structure generator modules like FiberGeo, GrainGeo and PaperGeo. If you generate a structure with probability distribution based parameters, you can now preview the distribution directly in the settings dialog. This new feature will save you lots of time which would have otherwise been needed for try and error. You can even change the plot settings and immediately see what's going on. Now to part 3. Let's easily create amazing images and videos in Geodict. For great images, the fastest way is the Easy Image Geo app. It even allows you to add reflections in the post-processing and helps you to create images with a consistent look. Our website images are created with this app. I will show some of them on the next slides and you will see they look great. It is so easy and straightforward that you should really use this app. To get started, you can reach the app in the menu bar under the Geo app tab. Then the app gets started and guides you through the whole process. If you want to know more about this, I recommend to check out the visualization workshop or just let us know. Here are some examples for the capabilities of the Easy Image Geo app. In this picture, you see flow in a segmented cathode. Doesn't it look great to see the flow velocities in all those small pore channels? In this picture, you see a CT scan of a 3D printed meter material. Just have a look at all the fine details. In this picture, you see oil flowing through a sandstone structure. Just by looking at it, you get an intuitive understanding of the very complex pore network. Flow also plays a very important role in the creation of composite materials. When you produce the materials, you have to infiltrate them with a matrix material, and here you can see the flow. Here you see the last example of flow visualization, now in a ceramic filter media. If you have a look here at the center of the structure, you can understand how the particles get trapped in this very complex structure. This final image allows us to understand the pore size distribution in the cathode structure. Here you can see the pores in between all the large spherical grains. How to create nice animations with one click in Geodict. Geodict comes shipped with presets for short videos. You can reach these presets by opening the Create Video dialog up here in the menu bar. These presets contain, for example, clipping through the structure or nice flyby animations. To create such an animation for your structure, you just need to load the structure, choose the visualization settings according to your wishes, and click the Generate Video button for the preset of your choice. Additionally, you can use those presets as a basis for more complex animations. For this, click the Open Video Editor button and get the full control in the 3D Video Editor. Another example for the video presets is the option to create videos from image stacks. With this option, you can create a video from an arbitrary stack of images. This might be the images of a CT scan, or even slices of a structure that you created in Geodict. You can use this preset, for example, for better understanding your data. The human eye is best at detecting motion, so you're able to find features in your images in an animation which you might not be able to find in the static images. Thus, let's animate our image stack. This is a scan of a cathode structure, and at first glance you might think that it only consists of spherical grains, but if you have a close look at the part down here, you will see that there is one shell-like structure hidden. And you would not be able to see this structure without animating the stack. For investigating your image stacks, Geodict even goes one step further. You can create automatic PowerPoint reports with a 3D Image Report Geo app. Just load your data and let the app do the work. You get a complete report with fly-through animations for each direction easily. Now to the Follow Particle preset. Let's fly with a particle through a structure in Geodict. Here in the image you see one particle in blue. That is the one we will follow. First, see the particle simulation from outside. And now let's get inside. This animation might be a bit over the top, but it might also be a great basis for a marketing video for your filter. A really great feature, which I personally use all the time, are the automatically created result videos. For many Geodict results, the results viewer contains a Create Videos tab, which allows you to generate a video tailored to the experiment. This option is available for ElastoDict, FilterDict, GrainFind, BatteryDict and many more modules. After your simulation is finished, You only need to set up your parameters and click Create Video. I am an Elastodic power user, so this preset is one of my favorites. It allows me to understand the simulation results in a way that would not be possible by just looking at the data. In this example, you see a large deformation simulation of a polypropylene foam. Doesn't it look great? If you want to know more about large deformation simulations in GEODICT, let us know and check out the Digital Material R&D session. Another great example for the result videos is the preset for GrainFind Identify Grains. With Identify Grains, you can detect individual grains in your structure. For each of those grains, an object like for example an ellipsoid is fitted. This allows you to understand the shapes of the grains in your structure. With the video preset, you can visually compare the identified grains versus their fitted shapes. You can choose how many grains are shown in the video, but you might not select all grains in your structure, since there are usually thousands. Here you see in green the detected grain in the structure, and in red the fitted object, and by the color coding you can easily investigate the difference between them two. In BatteryDict, you can automatically animate your charging simulation. You can directly understand the concentrations in your structure and check out the loading curve at the same time. Do you want to know more? Then let us know and check out the electrochemistry session. If you want to increase your efficiency even more, then use the powerful feature to create PowerPoint reports with GeoDict's automation capabilities. GeoPython allows you to automate your simulations and your results reports. Imagine how this can speed up your work. After your simulations are finished, you only need to check out the slides and you can understand your results in minutes, not in hours. The slide here shows the results of a series of filtration simulations, and it was automatically created with a script. If you want to know more about the scripting and automatic report creation, then let us know and check out the GeoPython workshops for further information. Now, let's see the full power of GeoDict's video editor and automation capabilities. How does GeoDict's 3D video editor work? In principle, it is quite easy. You set up the visualization settings in the viewport for different points in time. These are called keyframes, and GeoDict does the rest. If you have already used a video editor or some animation software, you might be already familiar with this concept. Here you see a simple example. On the left, you see the first keyframe, and on the right, you see the second keyframe. Everything in between is done automatically, and thus you get a nice animation with only several clicks. Here you see how easy it is to create a keyframe-based animation in GeoDict. Just set up the position of your structure and the visualization settings to your needs, and then right-click Pull Keyframe from GeoDict in the 3D video dialog. Then change the settings in GeoDict and repeat the process. It is as easy as that. Finally, when all your keyframes are defined, click the play button to preview the animation. When you're finished, click Generate Video to render the final video. When you're finished with your animation and want to combine multiple videos to a short movie, you can even do this directly in GeoDict. When creating your animations, select the option to write out the individual frames for your animation. All these frames form now a giant image stack, and with the preset Create Video from Image Stack, you can easily create a video from all those images. Here, you see a great example for the power of stitching multiple videos. The individual videos are flyby animations created with the corresponding preset, and all those were then combined with the Create Video from Image Stack preset. If you want to create a nice marketing animation of your structures, just follow these easy steps. Finally, we get to the full power of combining Geodic's video dialog with its automation capabilities. The graphical user interface and the Python scripting have both their individual advantages. Camera movement is hard to define in a script, and you surely want to do this visually. On the other hand, changing your data or doing simulations in between is hard to define in the visual interface. We have a solution. Use the option to unroll your video as Python. First, define all your visualization settings and the camera movement in the 3D video editor as usual. When you're finished, click Generate Video and opt in for the option to unroll the video as Python. Then, you get a script which contains all visualization settings and additionally a simple loop in which you can add your code. Here is an example of what you can achieve. The video parameters are defined in the editor. Additionally, the script changes the structure in each step. The surface roughness is increased with grain georoughness surface. On this new structure, a flow simulation is performed in each step. In the video, you can then see the roughness increasing, and you can see how the flow field changes through the changes in the surface. This is just an example. There are many other ways to use these capabilities. Now I'm finished with my talk. Do you have questions?